Hi everyone, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. Rescuers. I am one of them, and I want to share how we feel and what we do and what we say when we are in the position of rescuer. So, rescuer is based on the concept of rescuer is based on victimizing yourself. It means you, by default, you think that you are a victim. You're not enough, you're bad, or you too much, or whatever. So when we are in this position, when we think that we are not good, we are too much, we are not worthy, we are bad, and all of that, we start to think that we are not capable of things. It's impossible for us to do things, that people are better than us. But the thing is, when we start like compensating this position, because it's impossible to feel like that all the time, like psyche need a rest from this because it's draining. So it's looking for like more energetic position, and more energetic position is rescuer. It's not an aggressive position, but it has an aggression in disguise inside of this. What do I mean is that we start to project this concept on other people so we feel better about ourselves. It means we start to project the idea, the concept that people are not capable of things, that people are not worthy, they do not understand what's going on, they do not understand how they feel, they probably doing something wrong, or they are not good as well, and we need to help them to become better. And it's like everywhere, you can see it everywhere. A lot of people are trying to help others to become better version of themselves, when in reality, like I want to go a bit further and tell you, like a spoiler, that when you are in the position of coach, which is a healthy way to get out from this rescuer position, when you are in the mentality of coach, you understand that everyone is okay and everyone has to save themselves, and you have no power over other people. The only thing you can do is save yourself and answer the questions that people ask. But instead of answering what they have to do, you have to answer about yourself, how you did it, how you made it, and only when people ask about it. And another thing is that when you are in the position of coach, you when people come to you for advice, instead of giving the direct advice, you ask people questions that help them to find the answers that are within them, because you understand that person who came to you knows way better and understand way better how to do, how to act. It's just they do not believe that they understand and they know. And you, with questions, help them to find these answers and understand the situation, because they obtain the whole information. They know their lifestyle, they know what's happening every day, they know what relationships they have and all of these things. And you don't know, you don't have this information, so how can you give them advice if you don't know all of this, like aspects of this person's life? So instead of giving the advice, you ask them questions that will help them to identify the answers that they already have inside. It's just challenging for them to find the answers, because no one taught us before. So no one explained us how to, how to talk to yourself, how to support yourself, how to rely on your intuition, on your own knowledge. So in this way, you do not, because there is like a spiritual aspect of that as well, that I personally believe that when we act as rescuers, we force people to not have their own experience, not have their own we do not let people to live through knowledge, to live through experience, and we frustrate them from growth, basically, personal and spiritual. So when you are a rescuer, you like, not intentionally, but still project this concept of that people are not capable. And at the same time, how do you feel when you are a rescuer? It feels like you have this strong desire in you, you have this amount of energy in you, but you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to use it for yourself to make your own life better. And you start pouring out that energy, looking for a victim to save, so you can get rid of that energy, get rid of that impulse. And it's not something, so it's like, all of those people, they cannot figure it out what's to do with their own life, but they give advices to everyone else. Probably you've seen a lot of people like that. I was like that. I was like, I had a terrible I had no understanding what to do with my own life. I was completely lost, but I had this amount of energy that was actually generated in me to solve that issue. And instead of solving that issue, I was redirecting that energy on the outside. And people were like, they were looking at me like, okay, thank you for the advice, but I felt that they do not understand why I'm giving them advice. They do not understand what to do with that information. It sounds useful, but they cannot implement it to themselves, because it was meant for me. It was meant to save my own life. It wasn't meant for them. But instead of doing that for myself, I was giving that energy to people. And no one benefited from that. Honestly, like, sincerely, I understand that I was wasting my energy, and I was like frustrating people from getting their own experience and improving their own life. So if you feel that way, if you feel like you want to save someone, you want to support someone, you want no, support is actually a good thing, like when it's asked for, when someone asks you for support, then it's good. When someone asks you to help them, then it's good. But if you're doing it with your own imagination, like you made a decision that this person needs to be saved, it's on you, it's not on them. It's you who wants to be saved, but you do not direct that energy to yourself. You spread it outside, and you frustrate yourself from saving, and you frustrate other people from getting their own experience. So that's the main point of being a rescuer. So, and after that, no one will thank you. No one, because from the beginning it was something that people did not need. If you help someone who came to you directly and asked you, hey, can you help me? And they asked you how, and then you asked me how I can help you. And if you are capable of actually doing what they asked you to do, then it's great. They will tell you thank you, and it will be natural. But if you made a decision that this person sounds strange or not right or something wrong with them, and you're giving them advices or trying to help them, they will not thank you, because you are actually damaging them. Instead of helping, like in your own imagination, you're trying to help. You had to help yourself in this case, and people just like mirrors to you in what direction you have to dig deeper. For example, if I see everyone around me is they do not move into direction of their dreams. They have ideas, but they do not act. It means that I do not have to help them. It means that I project that vibe on them. And it means they just mirrors for me to see that issue and redirect it to myself and change it inside of me. And that's how I realized that I was surrounded by people who had a lot of dreams. They had a lot of hope that one day they will accomplish that. And I was trying to help them. And instead of helping them, I had to understand that this is me seeing what's inside of me in others people's lives. And this is what I have to do to fix inside of me. Like to reconnect that, to build that connection between idea and action. So once I got it, I redirected all that energy. I stopped saving people from this like procrastination, apathy, all of this stalling and confusion, insecurity and all of that. And I started working on these things inside of me in my own life, and magic happened. And it's not magic, as you can see, it's very logical. So if you perceive life like this, if you see that constantly you notice some issue in others people's life, it means you need to fix that in your own life, not other people. And then you redirect that energy, because you have that energy already. If you desire to save someone from this thing, it means you have that energy already inside of you. Just don't do that with people, do it with yourself. And after that, once you've done it with yourself, you will see automatically how everyone around you will change. You will see it, definitely. I saw it. Like once I stopped, like I had this thing. One girl, she was constantly complaining about her marriage. And she came to me and she was asking for advices. She wanted to listen to me and all that. And I was giving those advices. I was like draining myself, wasting like that energy, because I was not aware of this concept of a rescuer, VC coach. So she was asking me, like almost every week, we were sitting in my kitchen and she was asking for advice, and I was giving her advices how to build constructive relationships, how to start being vocal about what you like and what you don't like in your marriage and all of that, how to stop being a victim in these relationships. And she was talking to me and it was like almost for a year she was doing that to me, until I realized, like, what the fork is going on? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I sitting here day after day talking to her and she's doing nothing is changing. The same thing, she comes to me, she receives the advice, she go back to her husband, she does nothing, she just stay in that relationship, nothing is changing. And I am drained in the end of the day. I'm not focused on my life, I'm not accomplishing my goals, I'm not moving anywhere. I stuck at the same time as well. So once I realized it, I stopped doing that and I redirected that energy. So I asked myself, okay, so in my environment, there is someone who's constantly reminding me of neglecting herself for the sake of saving the relationships. And it got me. It was me. I was neglecting myself. I was neglecting my needs, my goals, my dreams for the sake of the relationships with her. And I stopped doing that. Just stopped. I was frustrated because I knew I get used to that pattern. I was living like that for years. I knew only that way of living, and I realized that it's draining me, but I didn't know how to be in other way. So I stuck. I was like, I felt depressed because I realized I don't know how to be in other way. I knew that way, I don't know how to be in a different way. And then I was like, okay, so what's now? What should I do? So I cut off communication completely. And I started focusing on myself. I started asking myself questions, really uncomfortable questions in that moment. Do I like my life? Do I enjoy my life? Am I happy? And the answers were mostly no. And I started asking myself, so what do I want? What do I want instead? Like, what do I want to feel? What do I want to have? With whom I want to have communication? What kind of relationships I want to have? And only after that, I started digging the answers. Like, I started reconnecting with myself. I started asking myself, so I did this thing. Do I feel good about it? Was it nice for me? Did I enjoy it? And I started like discovering myself from scratch. Who am I? What do I like? What do I actually want? And all of that led me to the point where I am now, where I understand that actually, if I see the issue outside, it means that is just a mirror for me, that I need to start asking myself questions about it inside of me. And you know, the magic happened, and it was just a couple of months. She called me and she said, listen, I understand you started avoiding me because I was complaining a lot, and I'm sorry for that. And also she said, you know what? I decided to get a divorce. 2 months of me just focusing on myself. And she made the decision. She started figuring out. And I was holding her for 1 year with my advices and rescuing position and trying to save her from that experience. I was holding her and myself for 1 fucking year. The whole year, 12 months, 365 days, I was holding myself, I was holding her from moving. Because I had this angel concept of me that I will save someone. So it was a huge lesson for me that I am not a savior, I'm not a rescuer for anyone. Only I can save myself, only you can save yourself. I can help once the help is asked, and I can help once I understand that I am actually capable and it will not damage person. But I understand at the same time that the person who's out asking for help, they are okay. They are very capable. They just need a little bit of help, just tiny bit of help, not doing that for themselves, not doing me for them instead of them, yeah. They just need a little push, that's all. And I have to move back and give them opportunity to move. And I appreciate when people do that to me. When they do not see me as a victim, they see me as a capable. Maybe in the moment I would feel this resentment, but then I realized that it's about me going back to the position of victim. And in that second, I'm like, I'm not a victim, I'm a creator, I'm capable. So do not do that to people. If you understand what I'm talking about, you understand how does it feel when people look at you and they look at you like you're not okay. And you understand that it feels inside even worse. Because you think about yourself that you're not okay. And they trying to save you, send you the same message that you are not okay. And it's just never getting out, draining story. So I stopped it for myself. I stopped giving advices. I stopped looking at people as victims. you are okay, you're capable, you can do it. And you just, if you need help, you need to figure it out. What kind of help do you need? And you already know what kind of help do you need. You just have to listen to yourself and look out for that help until you find it, until you find that help that you need. And then you can heal yourself, you can save yourself, you can build better life. You don't need to be a victim. You don't need to stay in this position forever, waiting for a miracle, for someone to come and save you, because they will remind you that you are not okay. Like I reminded her, that girl, that she was not okay. And once I stopped that, she realized that she's actually okay, she's actually capable. And I started changing my life at the same time. So it was good for both of us. So I hope that my personal experience, my personal example, and things that I'm saying will be healing for you. And I want you to, find the answers for yourself and find the way for yourself to come back to real you, to find that inner connection, and to heal yourself. Yeah. See you in next videos.